All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote. Uh, if you hear instruments, a bass or a guitar, it's a neighbor practicing. I don't mind it, so that doesn't mean you won't mind it. But if I was meant to do it right now, it must be a part of what's supposed to be included. So I'm gonna trust the process. We're gonna get some candles lit. I decorated my workstation, so I'm excited about that. We're going to clear out some energy. We have some Palo Santos and some sage. Clear the energy out around you. Clear the energy out around me so that I can be a conduit for a clear and concise message for the highest good of all. I've already kind of did my meditation and calling my spirit team in before I get started. But I advise you take this time, this moment, if you haven't already, to tap into your own intuition, your own spirit team, and ask them what you need to bring through whatever message that you need to hear, okay? Whatever you need to hear at this time, all right? So, I think I'm going to do about 4 piles. So the message for today, actually a few good ones. I got it in a quick channeling actually. So I got a few that I have to get done. But the reading that I'm going to do right now is, how are the energies syncing for you? Or what is the synergy around you? Okay, so that's what our reading is gonna be about at this time. So how are the energies syncing for you, or what is the synergy around you? Synergy is just energy that is in sync for something, right? It's syncing up. So that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's syncing up around you energetically, or we're gonna see what comes through for that, what you need to know. I feel really inspired with this reading. I feel, I feel really good. I had to take some time away to kind of do my own meditation, even though I've been like really, really focused in on my gifts and abilities for the past 15 years. I think the thing that is true for me is that I'm constantly growing and evolving. So I still require to take time away. I still require myself, and I am required and privileged, right? Because that's all of our rights, to take time away, to continue to learn, to continue to grow, to continue to develop, to continue to be, to just be, and just allow ourselves to see what's there being, right? So yeah, 15 years and I'm still learning and growing. So if you're just now feeling like you're starting off that spiritual journey, just keep going, because you'll keep gaining and you'll keep growing, and you have to take the time to recognize how far you've come, and also just how far you're going. But at the same time, you have to just be where you are. You have to accept where you are, because it's exactly where you're meant to be. And if you're supposed to in that moment recognize that you're needing to head in a different direction, then you'll get that message too. Again, synchronicity, right? Synergy. So we'll see what message needs to come through, and go ahead and meditate for a second, or choose your pile however you feel called to choose your pile. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the first group. Okay, all right, group 4, welcome to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote. So if you missed the first part of the video, or you just skipped to your reading, which is perfectly fine, the neighbors are like practicing right now, so you may hear like the bass or the guitar and some singing, but I don't mind it, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't mind it, but I do feel it's a part of whatever message is supposed to come through at this time, because this is when I'm called to do it, okay? And then it started, so I'm gonna go with it. First, I'm gonna pull some numbers. So these numbers can be, you can ask your spirit guides or your team, and I hope you already have if you listen to the first part. That knocking is the cat trying to get in the cabinet. But you can choose whatever, like you can choose a number in your mind's or your mind's eye, your heart, your energy field, or you can ask your spirit team, or you can see what message or number your spirit team wants to bring through. There may be a message in that number for you. I'm not going to give a source of where you can look. I'm going to leave that up to you, but you can look up the numerological number meaning, okay? So let's see what numbers we have for those who chose clue 4. Okay, you guys have 400. I'll pull one more since you guys got double zeros, okay? And 8. So 4008 or just 408. That's the number for you guys. So 408 or 4008. Okay. Now we have your oracles here, group 4. My camera is in a different position. I got my like altar set up for, you know, seasonal stuff. Plus, just I really like this, so I got inspired, so I did it, right. But I'm gonna go ahead and get your oracles down, and then I'll pull tarot and some more oracles later, but we're gonna get into what your cards are saying. So, well, wait a minute, because I have a message coming through. So this is about what energy is trying to sync up for you, or what is the synergy around you. So synergy is energy that is synchronizing, okay, syncing up. Everything has energy, okay. So let me see. I feel like something is coming through. I guess because the music is playing, and again, inspired. That came off. Inspired, inspiration. Some of you may be musicians or singers, writers, creators. Okay, let's get your oracles out. We'll go from there. All right, group 4. This is awesome. I literally was like, wow, while I'm laying them out. So you guys have the giraffe spirit, see the big picture. You have magic, life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. You have lead by example and appreciate your talents. This right here is screaming sacral energy to me. With the just look at the orange, and then you have the energy of the sun, right? Life energy, you know, our chi energy, right? And with the magic, and magic, like I was saying, like creation, inspiration, right? Music, rhythm, like that's all a part of that sacral energy. Very sensual, very inspired. With this, see the big picture. With all of this, right, I get that you guys have incredible gifts, abilities, even could be very gifted with magic. I know more recently for myself, I've come into a newfound understanding of my own magic and my own gifts. So, and I thought I was pretty, you know, pretty keen on magic before, and it's growing. So again, with that sacral energy, right, the reproductive energy and organs, like things are growing. So I think I feel for you guys, like with the see the big picture, the things that are trying to come together are trying to get you to see the synergy. Things are syncing up to try to get you to see the big picture, to see that you have the ability to learn or grow magic, or your own magic, to learn and grow in the ways that you see fit. Like, but you have to appreciate the way your magic or your gifts or your talents, the way that they come through, because that's a part of your magic too, right? And with this life energy, it's so important to your life. It's so important to the life in this plane of existence, and just in general, right? In the universe. So, wow. So if you're having things that are coming up in the shadows that needs to be healed, this is all things are coming together it's coming together to heal this energy, so that you can really step in and take that leadership role when it comes to your talents and abilities, and really lay into it. You know, they're really, your spirit team, the universe is really trying to get you to see the big picture and appreciate why your gifts and your talents are so vital and so important, especially for you, but as a global sort of universal thing. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some tarot, some more oracle. This is wonderful. So things are syncing up for you, group 4, so that you guys can realize, so that you can see a bigger role that your gifts and abilities are playing, and that you step in and kind of take in that leadership role when it comes to this. But it's causing a healing. So if you feel like, yeah, that would be great if we could get to that part. If you're not yet in that part yet, it's because things that are in the shadows that need to be healed, they're coming forth, okay? They're coming forth. So you kind of have to see the big picture. If you still have that gunk that's kind of sticking you and holding you down, and you can't really go into that energy like you want to, or really tap into that gift, or, you know, really paint the way you want to, or really play that instrument or sing the way you want to, because you have this, you know, inkling or niggling in you that says, you know, I can't sing good because I can't hit this specific note, or I don't have that kind of bravado, or, you know, I can't do it like this. So that means this. If you still have, that's a shadow, you know, that is a shadow aspect. Singing is relative. Singing and someone liking it or disliking is relative to what we prefer to hear or not hear. So do not discount yourself for your gifts or your talents that way, okay? And that's with anything. Wow. You got, my camera's in a weird position, so I'm trying to see if I can see them when I put them down for myself, because I really can't see them. But got 9. Wow. Well, let's take that. You got 9 of Pentacles. You have the Hierophant. You have Judgment. 4 of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Justice in reverse. And the 6 of Wands. Wow, that's big energy. That is big energy. With this, lead by example and appreciate your talents, right? With this 9 of Pentacles, I get the universe, your spirit team, you know, your inner you're linked to God, you know, the creator, the great spirit, which I use, right? With that 9 of Pentacles, it's like you have to stand in your own trueness, in your own gifts, your own ability, your own uniqueness, your own individuality. And this is what you've been learning, and this is what spirit has been calling you to learn, because you have to lead by example. You have to be that. You know, I received this message earlier myself in some previous meditations throughout the last couple of weeks, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is my power. With this Judgment, it's a call has to be made, right? There's some times where things are just destined. They're just in the stars. They're just in our contract. They're in our plan when we come here to learn and to grow and to be and to that soul investment, right? There's just things that there's kind of like these boxes we agree to tick, okay? This checklist that we agree to tick, and it doesn't always have to be ticked in order, right? So this is one of those things, right? You had to go through this. You had to have this thing to reach this point. And I know that sounds so freaking effed up depending on what you've endured and what you had to work through. Trust me, I've been there. I get it. And I'm not talking out the side of my neck, or you know, I'm not talking out the ass here. I get it. With this 4 of Pentacles, spirit has really, you know, the universe has really been wanting you to hold on. You know, you guys could be very spiritually psychic gifted, and spirit has really been wanting you to hone in on that very strongly. And I think you guys may have faced a lot of injustices with this, and you're just like, I'm not even sure anymore. Like, I'm not even sure this is a part of my gifts anymore. Like, I'm not sure this is something I can do anymore. But just like I was saying, you know, magic is so relative. Like it's people are gifted in many different ways. It's no different than if you have the gift of math, if you have the gift of gardening, or you know, being a parent, or being a child, or I mean, there's so many different things, right? Or baking cookies, or baking bread. Like, there's literally so many different gifts. And you may have felt like, I don't know, because I've just been coming up short. And I've been putting it all in, you know, betting it all. And Spirit is just like, we promise you, if you keep going and you learn from this, and you can see the big picture as to why we kind of put you through this, you can see why the energy has, that this is what the energy has been syncing up to. It's been syncing together for a win for you. All of this is a part of the experience, and it's been syncing up for a win. Okay, let's see what else we got. Wow, got some strings, part of my table attire. This is I know this is a message of encouragement. So if anybody is needing that right now, it showed up for you. It's here. Your spirit team, the universe, is wanting you to know. They understand that you have been committed and you have been going with the flow. And I say this with so much like intensity and so much certainty, because that's how I'm feeling it. Like, you have been committed, you have been going with the flow, and there have been snakes and bullshit and all sorts of just like, what the fuck, like what the hell, like what is this? And Spirit is like, don't worry, you stayed the course. You had to go through this. Like, you had to learn. This was a part of the big picture all along. Okay, you will be moving forward. You will be moving forward to whatever your perspective place is, right? Whatever space you're trying, whatever your sort of space or place or ideology is, you'll be moving in that direction. Or you'll be moving away from ideologies that you've been trying to get away from. Wow, that came out. It was already flipped. And that will anchor in a new way. Now, here's the thing. Things anchor in, and we reach new levels and stuff like that. But choose to understand that life is change. So don't get so stuck and like committed to staying in one place forever. Even if it's just like I've had so much change in my life that I just need some stability somewhere. You will have that. That will happen. But even within that, be open to change and growth, because you will still need to evolve and change and grow within that energy, okay? All right. Let me see. Anything else, Spirit? Oh, let's pull. So I have this jar, and it has like, I think they're nice sayings from movies, from, I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. I kind of just pick some stuff off the internet, put them on papers, cut them up, and folded them up. So let's see what we get for group number 4. Well, you guys got 2, so I'll give it to you. Okay. Ooh. It says, most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying where there seemed to be no hope at all. Does that not correspond with this group? You may have felt like, what the hell do I keep going for? And I keep getting the injustices. Because most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Dale Carnegie. See what your second one is. If we learn to open our hearts, anyone, including the people who drive us crazy, can be our teacher. Pema Chodron. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. That's beautiful too. If we learn to open our hearts, anyone, including the people who drive us crazy, can be our teachers. And that's what the Hierophant is about. These situations that you've been going through, it's been to learn you, to grow you, to teach you. Okay? It's all been so that you can lead by example, because you've been through it. You've endured it. You've seen it. You've experienced it. You've had to work around it. You had to work inside of it. You had to work outside of it. Like, you've experienced it from many different perspectives. So those are your messages, group 4. I hope they serve you well, and I hope these messages find you when you need them most. And thank you for joining me in the den, and I hope to see you next time. Alright, group number 1, welcome to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote. So if you did not get the first little part of this video, my neighbor is playing music and practicing guitar, bass, and singing and everything, and I'm not gonna stop recording or anything, because this is life. You know, this is real life. Sometimes there's other things going on, and actually it's not as bad as we think. We can interpret it differently, and that's what I feel like this. So it must be a part of the message, okay? So if you don't like it, it's okay. If you're just like, I can't, so I'm not gonna listen, that's fine too. But I hope it doesn't interfere with the message too much, okay? It's definitely not gonna interfere with me giving the message, okay? So I'm gonna clear out some energy. And so your reading is how are the energies syncing around you? Or what's the synergy around you, right? How is the energy coming together? What is it coming together for? So that's the message we have for you. All right, so this stuff will clear it out. Oh, we're gonna pull some numbers too. I like to use different things for divination, so nothing too much is off limits for me if I'm called to use it or told to, you know. So we're gonna tap in right now. We're gonna see what numbers come out for you. Okay. All right, group 1. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. 5, 5. What is that? 3, 6, 9. Oh, so you can do, you guys kind of got doubles. So maybe 7, 7, or 7 stand out to you. Maybe 7 and 5 stand out to you. Like 7, 5, 7, 5. Or 7, 7, 55. Or maybe 7, 5, 9. Okay? So if any of those numbers stand out, or you feel called to like look into them from a numerological standpoint, please do. I'm not going to give you a source. That's part of the journey, okay? Trust the process, and yeah, go for exploring it, okay? Sorry, I'm just checking the instant, and then I'm going to get your whoops. Gonna get your cards out, your oracles, but first let's get another instinct on. This one's almost out. All right. So maybe you guys need to do some clearing, maybe burning some more incense, lighting more incense, saging, whatever you're cleansing or clearing. Rosemary is a good one too, so maybe that stands out for you. So we have trust. You guys have trust. My camera is in a different position, so it's kind of hard for me to see my screen to see if stuff is lining up. So if it's like extra weird or I'm moving weird, that's why. So we have trust, we have light. Wow. Know your truth. You gotta be shitting me. Don't you just love divination? Don't you just love like having that direct connection? Because we all have it, right? We just have to strengthen it and grow it. Like, didn't I just say, you know, I'm fooling around with the incense and stuff before we even flip the cards over. And then here's the frog spirit, clear out the clutter. You know, maybe you need to clear out the energy around you, okay? You have truth and trust. Know your truth and trust. You have light. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. You guys are definitely needing to clear out energy right now. The things that are happening, the synergy, right? The things that are syncing up energetically right now, it's to help you understand that what needs to be cleared out, because it's time for you to understand, and you probably already do, let's be honest, in your light energy, in your spirit, in your soul, you already understand that it's time for you to step into your truest truth, right? You have to trust that. Even if you're not seeing it portrayed around you in your environment, in your life, in existence, then maybe it's because you're supposed to do it. Maybe that's your truth. Maybe you're supposed to bring that energy in. Trust that. Even if, and I've struggled with this myself, I get it. You know, sometimes, you know, being in tune, a conduit, you know, psychic, clairvoyant, whatever you prefer to call it, I just call it connected, right? Whatever, sometimes I'm looking for clarity or confirmation. Well, did someone else say it? You know, is it there for, did they get that hit that I got? You know, is that available? And I have learned, again, been doing this for over 15 years now, right? I have learned over time that sometimes you got the message doesn't mean that it was wrong because you were the only one who got it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that, you know, they weren't listening or you're hearing things that that makes you better. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's none of that. It's just, you have to trust your gifts and your abilities. You have to know your truth, okay? So, you know, and that's number 28. You have to trust that process. So the energy is trying to like get you to clear things out that kind of are not in alignment with your own truth, okay? Group 1, let's get some tarot for you. All right, what we got for you? How are things synchronizing? Or see, how's the energy syncing up for group number 1? Why is this energy syncing up? We see that it's clearly, you know, the energy is trying to get you to clear things out so that you can step more into your truth, so that you can penetrate the darkness with your light. Got the 2 of Cups. You have the 8 of Swords in reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles. I do read reversals, by the way, so unless it's a specific deck, and I'll always let you know. But otherwise, I read reversals with tarot and certain oracle cards. I will read in reverse, but most likely not. I'll always let you know, though. It's just, however, the deck came to me intuitively when I first got it, and what I've been told her, you know, with that deck is how I treat it, you know. So you got the 7 of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords. If you guys could hear this music, and if you know what it is, and that might be a message for you too. I don't know, it's just like the soundtrack to life for me. I find it amusing. It doesn't really bother me. You got the three of Wands in reverse too. Things are coming together. Things are coming together. If there was a relationship, or you're wondering if it'll come together, or if there could very well just be different aspects of yourself that are starting to come together, and you're gonna come, you will, or you may start to feel it if you're not already feeling it. Like, oh, my mind feels a little less stressed, a little less cloudy, a little less confused, because you're going to, once you clear out all this energy it's bringing to a space to where you're going to step into a new path, to where you're going to be learning something. That's why you have to like know that this is your truth and kind of trust the process. Like, even if you've never been down this road before, it's for you, and you know that in your heart, if this is what you know in your heart. Okay. And it's okay for you to choose what you need to choose for you. Okay. With this Knight of Swords, I get that you guys may also like to move quickly, and at times that may have kind of like made you kind of impatient, or you've gotten impatient because you're like, okay, this is the path I'm going, now let's go, let's move quickly. Like, okay, now what, how do we get down? It's like you got to go down the path. Like, take your time. Like, you're gonna get to where you need to be, but just trust that this is how you get there, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how things are coming together. I'm gonna get some oracle. Got the Anchor. You got the Broom. I get the reason why Spirit, the universe, your guides, why they're trying to get you to like step into your own truth and clear things out, is because you guys are anchored into some repetitive things of constantly like it's like you're constantly coming to you're trying, you know, you may be one of those people who are constantly trying to bridge together things or bridge together people, and it's like it doesn't always come together, and then you're just like, well, what do you do? Because I have to do it this way, or I need this to come together like this. And it's just like, but there's so much red tape, right? There's so much doctrine, there's so much, you know, people have their own ideologies and stuff, and sometimes that gets in the way. And I think Spirit is saying what's trying to come together, you have to decide if it's not coming together, then it's clutter. Clear it out. Clear it out and keep going, because even if it takes time for things to come together that you know will come together, then you need to let go of the things that are not trying to come together, and you need to allow it to naturally come together if it's meant to come together. Okay, with this Two of Cups, what's meant to come together will come together. You don't have to be in your mind space about it. Well, how do I get it, and how do I bridge the gap? You bridge the gap by choosing to clear out things that are causing all this unrest, or all this division, or all this, like, you again with this Light card, right? We're penetrating the darkness, we're penetrating that energy. So if this is stuff that's trying to stay in the shadows, it doesn't want to be revealed, then it's time for us to just clear it out. Let it be, let it be, let it go, you know. Yeah. More light, the sun. Like, you have to walk in your own energy. You have to trust what things are coming to be. Okay. Wow, this snake energy again. I was in a different pile. It could be very well, again, energies that they're not meant to come together with you, so it's gonna work out. So with the other groups, I kind of pulled, I have this jar, and it has like different inspirational or sayings or phrases, or just things that I thought could be, I was called to like put them together, right? So we're going to see what comes out for group number 1 for just any added advice for you, okay? So we're going to pull and see. I'm trying not to pull too many out, but I'll take 2. Okay, so group number 1. Let's see. So you have, I don't want to cover up anymore. Not my face, not my mind, not my soul, not my thoughts, not my dreams, not my struggles, not my emotional growth. Nothing. Alicia Keys. Okay, look, Alicia Keys is a musician, a singer. So I think right now, you know, with that clear out the clutter and knowing your truth, maybe the things that you're trying to come together with, right? Maybe it causes you not to be true to yourself. And you have to trust that if you step into that truth to yourself, that you're going to be more than okay. Okay? Trust that. If you need permission, give yourself permission to trust yourself, to trust the process. It's okay if it turns out to not be exactly what you thought, or if you feel like you made a mistake. It's okay. Mistakes are fine. Learn and grow from them, okay? Here's your second one. To make life a little better for people less fortunate than you. That's what I think a meaningful life is. living not for oneself, but for one's community. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And she was one of the justices of the Supreme Court. I think for you guys, that bridge, right, that you constantly like, but it could be better, it could be this, it could be that, and you are absolutely right. But if there are people who are directly opposing you that you're trying to work together with, they're only going to try to work in opposition to you. So it would be better to just let them do what they do and you move on to work together with people who actually want to go in that direction, because you will actually achieve much more than working with people who are not willing to put in that effort and energy. And I'm not saying we shouldn't hold space. I'm saying you have to let go of that and you have to move forward to actually go for what you're trying to go for. Here's a perfect example. If you're making dinner and you guys are just talking about, you've already decided on what to make, and you guys are just talking about the different methods of how you can make it, and you've decided that there's only so many ways to make it, right? You're going to bake it, you're going to grill it, you're going to roast it, you're going to broast it, you're going to fry it, whatever. You've gone through all the different methods and you finally decided on which method, and everybody's still at odds to the point the chicken just went rotten. You can't even use it anymore, okay? Like, so now you wasted the food, you wasted the energy, and you can't even cook the food anymore. And you're just like, I really just wanted to cook the meal so everyone could eat. And now we don't have anything to eat. And people don't, and the people you were trying to cook the meal for, they don't even care. They were ordering, Uber Eats on the side. And you're just like, wait a minute. Everyone else has something to eat right now. And I'm sitting here and I don't even have anything to eat. The food's spoiled and it didn't even get cooked. And they're all eating what they want to eat. But they debated me and we talked about the different forms and ways to cook this chicken until the chicken's spoiled. But they're all eating. That's because they had no intentions of really just like working together to get the task done. They basically are just running the clock out or just being opposition, or again, using your light to penetrate through. If people they're not even in that same alignment of let's all eat together, why are you going to keep working with them? Know that that's what their agenda is and let it be. Work with the people and energies that you can. Now say that same scenario for dinner. You come together with another group of people and they're like, oh, fry it, roast it, whatever. And they're all like, hey, you know what? Let's go with baked chicken. And everybody's like, baked chicken works for me. How about you? Baked chicken works for me. Well, all right. Next step, you guys bake that chicken. It's fresh. You get it in the oven. You get it made. And somebody's like, hey, while you guys are baking chicken, how about I make mashed potatoes? And another person is like, oh, wow, what a great idea. How about I make green beans? And another person's like, yeah, how about I make some yeast rolls? And next thing you know, you guys are sitting down eating a wonderful meal. And then someone's like, hey, while you guys were all doing that, I can't really cook that well, so I ran to the store and got ice cream for dessert, and it's just like, wow, look at how everyone worked together for this, okay? I think that's knowing your truth, knowing that you want to do something a certain way and actually coming together with people who not only are like, yes, let's do that. They're not going to have all that opposition, right? They're going to work together with you. So I think that's your scenario message, group one. I hope that served you well. I hope my channel, the way the pictures I get sometimes, I hope they're not weird, or I hope you can grasp them, understand them. But if not, it's okay. I hope you got the message that you needed to get from this. And I hope you guys join me again in the den sometime, okay? So thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye. All right, welcome to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote. So for those of you who chose group 3, welcome. So, we're going to figure out. First, we're going to clear some energy out, right? Energy around me, energy around you. I'm going to clear it out. All that needs to be cleared out. So we're going to see what energy is syncing around you, or why can't I say the word? Synchronizing around you, or what the synergy is. So synchronicity, synergy is just energy that's trying to synchronize, right? I don't know why I keep going in circles with that. So we'll see what the rest of your oracles say. All right, we are going to pull a few numbers just to see the universe, your spirit team, your guides have instant stick feeling, have any messages numerologically they need to come through. I don't know, I keep stumbling over my words. It makes me wonder if some of you like have trouble speaking or have trouble formulating or like misformulating words, kind of like different learning abilities or something like that. Let's see, or just trouble expressing yourself or speaking. All right, let's see. We'll try to do up to 3 depending on what we get. So we got 300. So you can do 300. Maybe that stands out to you. I'm going to do one more just to see. 6. 306 or 3006. Whichever one stands out for you, okay? 306 or 3006 or 300. Whichever one you feel called to. So, group 3, let's get your oracles out, and then we'll see what comes out in the tarot. Wow. This is the second time this one has showed up today. The frog spirit, clear out your clutter. Wow, it says clear out the clutter, but I said clear out your clutter. So there could be some clutter that you need to clear out within yourself. Journey within. You have motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, then they say get busy and do it. And you have patience. That's interesting. The motivation and the patience. Are you guys losing motivation because you don't have the patience to kind of like stay the course? I think that's why they're telling you to journey in, because there may be things within yourself that you need to clear out. I think it's like I'm having trouble formulating my words into, like, I have the thoughts, but I'm having trouble speaking it, like formulating the words into the thoughts into words. You guys might not be very patient people. You might like to move fast, move quick. Excuse me. I think your message, the things that they're trying to get you, if you've been feeling like things are just like, I want to get going, and everything is just like getting caught up, or it's not kind of like flowing or going the way you want it to do, or you're not motivated to do it, it's because either one, you need to slow down and clear things out so that you can see your path forward a little bit better, or two, you do not have the patience to push forward when you need to push forward, or to keep going when it's time to keep going. You know, that motivation, you don't have the patience to understand, like, you have to hold space for motivation. You have to give yourself space to encourage yourself to keep going. Motivation is meant for times where, all right, I don't feel like going, but I gotta keep going. So they're asking you to journey within. So things, this energy that's around you right now is calling you to journey within and clear some things out that you need to clear out within yourself and around you. Okay, let's see what comes through with the tarot for group 3. One second. Okay, so let's see what tarot comes out for group 3. Oh my goodness, I kid you not, another group had the same 2 cards fall out first. I don't know if you guys like are thinking about picking a number. Group, I won't tell you which, you know, but the same group, the first 2 cards came out. Another group, the same 2 cards came out, rather. You guys could be air signs, or you could be heavily influenced by air energy. Like you might be very, I always call cerebral, like of the mind, or rational, logical, over rational, maybe over logistical, analyzing, statisticals. And then with this too, because it makes me feel like you guys kind of feel kindred with that energy. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? We're all different. It's nothing wrong with that. You guys might feel like, yeah, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel, you know, kindred. Like it's a kindred energy, right? Sorry, I have my camera in I should say, it's not weird. It's just a different position than I usually have it. So I'm just checking to make sure everything is in frame. Not weird, just different. Do one more. Okay. You guys have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords, the Empress in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. This Knight of Wands in reverse energy is that quick moving energy, like very inspired, and then just wanting to really like run off towards your passions or inspiration. But this is like maybe in a little premature or reckless sort of way, being overdriven to the point to where you're not paying attention to other things and you're just doing. And then if you can't do, you kind of lose motivation because you just want to be able to rip and run. But they're saying that could be, you know, it could have led you to some self-sabotaging, or to be betrayed, or have people kind of like work against you because you're wondering why. And it's like because of that energy, like that fast-paced energy that needs to be cleared out because it's actually counterproductive to what you really want to do, okay? Because I see that you guys may really want to create a lot, but with this Empress in reverse, you could be a little too forceful. And the energy is trying to sync together to definitely maybe unite the masculine and feminine energy within. So that you can better understand the counterparts and how they work together, and kind of come out with the Eight of Swords in reverse, kind of come out of the mind frame a little bit more and into more so clarity and inspiration with that Ace of Swords, like that clarity, that divine knowing, and then being able to build and grow in a different way, okay? That's what I'm getting. That's why I think that's what the energy is trying to, the synchronizing or the synergy is around you at this time. Some new projects you've been wanting to get off, I'm hearing, and it's like, oh, what the hell? Like I'm getting like frustrated, like what the hell? And it's just like, calm down, or do you, whatever that is. But at the, you know, but on the flip side of that, calm down, okay? I'm not telling you not to emote or be yourself. I'm telling you to calm down because you have to allow yourself to process. Yeah, you got the fish, the woman, the bridge, and then the flowers. You're not allowing yourself to embrace your more feminine abilities and capabilities. And this is on a very spiritual level, right? You're not allowing yourself to embrace that feminine aspect of things, that reciprocal, nurturing aspect of things. And this is not to say that masculine energy is not reciprocal or nurturing. It's just a different energy form. And they're trying to get you to flow more into that energy so that you can become like bridge the gap to your gifts and abilities that you've been trying to like you've been trying to get after, you know. That's what's happening. So when they're trying to basically get you to gain more patience and to clear things out so that you can feel that with more patience, so that you can understand that you have to have the motivation to keep going through things, endurance kind of, right? And that you have to unite those aspects of yourself. So let's see, I have like some inspirational things, or things that I felt called to like put in a jar so that like we can receive these like messages like from movies or just anything. You know, I kind of went on the internet and saw some stuff and I'm like, oh, And then I printed them out, ripped them up, cut them out rather, and folded them and threw them in a jar. So we're going to see which ones or one comes out. We'll do two because the other groups had two. So we're going to do two. Okay, so group 3, let's see what the first one says. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. Rumi. I think this is perfect for this reading, right? I think you guys really want to go after what you're trying to do, but you have to take the time to sit with yourself, to have that patience, so that you can get the wisdom and understanding that you need to, right? So that you can bridge that gap to get to what you're trying to do or get to where you're trying to go. Okay? You gotta go within, change and clear out that stuff within yourself. Your second message is carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you. Princess Diana. So if you guys are just more, if you've been working in this energy where you're motivated because you're maybe looking for accolades and the pats on the backs and attaboys, I think that's more of that masculine energy of validation that, you know, that you may be seeking. And I know in this patriarchal structure in some places that we live in the world, people are more used to that energy. But we have to, as souls, as spirits, right? We have to get more wiser and understand we can't keep ignoring a vital part of our existence. And we have to unite both our masculine and feminine within ourselves so that we can unite them and work together with them amongst the community of the world, our global community. Okay? All right, group 3, that's your reading. I hope this serves you well and finds you when you need it. And thank you for joining me in the den, and I'll see you soon. Alright, group 2, welcome to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote. So I'm going to clear some energy out. Alright, we're going to get your oracles out and then we'll get the tarot going. But first, we're going to pull some numbers. So I kind of use different stuff for divination tools. That's just me. 15 years of doing this and a lot of stuff just starts talking to you. Anything becomes a tool for divination. Alright. What numbers do we have for those? So you got 3. Let's see. You got 6, 9, 5. So 6, 9, 5 is your numbers. Group 2. 6, 9, 5. So you can look it up from a numerological aspect, or maybe those numbers stand out for significance to you. I won't give you a source as to where you should look it up, or I'll let you decide on, you know, that journey and how that comes about for you. Okay? Okay, so group 2. See what cards you got. You got 2 animal oracles. This card has been coming out quite a bit in this little series. It's the, sorry, I got my foliage foliage just kind of like everywhere. It's the frog spirit. Clear out the clutter. We have the chameleon spirit. Act as if. I hope you guys can see that. I got my camera at a different angle, so it's kind of hard for me to see how stuff is framing up, but I'm working with it. New is not bad. You have ask for help. You have moderation. And you have an attitude of gratitude. Okay, let's see what I get. So with moderation, it says, is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Have an attitude of gratitude. Ask for help. Clear out the clutter. Moderation and act as if. Do you guys, like, I'm getting the energy of, like, so this is about the things that are trying to sync up in your life, like that synergy or what's happening. Why is there, you know, the synchronization of energy happening? I feel what's coming through is that you guys don't like to ask for help. And I think with this moderation, you guys need to moderate how much you do. Either that, or you guys have to kind of take on this more of a gratitude energy, especially with this act as if, right? I'm almost getting, you have to be more grateful for yourself. I think this is why clear out the clutter is here, because you need to clear out a mentality of, like, not being grateful to yourself, for yourself. Especially with this act as if, I get, like, act as if, like, you were like, if someone was you and they were doing it for you, the things that you do and the things that you do for you, you would be grateful, right? You are that person to yourself. You need to be grateful. And I think with this moderation, like, you guys need to pull back on some things that you're doing that's just not healthy for you. And I think you're overdoing it. And I think you need to ask for help or assistance in relation to this. If this is some addictions or habits or something, you know, it's okay to ask. It's more than okay to ask for help. If you need help, ask for help. You know, I know there are people who, you know, they're like, no, you know, and I get it. Not everybody wants to be helpful, but we're not talking about that. We operate in a different energy and a frequency. So we ask our spirit guides, we ask the great spirit, we ask the energies of light and love for the highest good of all for help, and to send that in and to send us towards it when we need it. So we need to trust in that energy, and so you need to ask for help. Okay, let's see. How's this energy sinking for? What's the synergy for group 2? The 10 of Cups. So I'm, like, really trying to see. The 8 of Wands. The Queen of Swords in reverse. My nose is itching. You have the Knight of Cups. The Hanged Man in reverse. I'm going to pull one more from the tarot. And then the Magician. There's a lot of happiness that's trying to come in for you with this 10 of Cups and this 8 of Wands. There is a lot of good things. A lot of joy. A lot of abundance. Especially from an emotional standpoint. Like a joyful, good feeling sort of energy, and even relationships and stuff like that. Companionships. And there's wine and food around here, you know, maybe even good food. You know, maybe you do need to, like, you know, make sure you're eating good food that's nourishing, right? That doesn't mean you can't have your cakes and stuff or whatever your goodies are, your treats to you, your potato chips, whatever, you know. It doesn't mean you need to not have that, but, you know, maybe being mindful. But something with this Queen of Swords in reverse, with that ask for help, I think you guys just take way too much on because you don't trust people maybe to get the job done because of stuff that you've had to deal with. So you kind of just carry on and take it on. But, you know, the energy is trying to get you with this Knight of Cups to come into this more emotional, what do I need for emotional fulfillment and well-being? Because that's important too. We have to think about our emotional well-being. And they've been trying to get this through to you for a while. And I think you're kind of reaching a point to where either the breakthrough is happening or there's a hang up and they're trying to get you to come through it because they're understanding what you're trying to manifest. And they're like, just ask for help. Like, you have to, this Queen of Swords in reverse, I'm getting this energy. You don't really, whether you're male or female, you don't really trust in your mind, in your heart. You may be a little reserved, or a lot reserved, or just like, you know, you put logic over emotions because it protects you, or it has protected you, or you've learned to protect yourself emotionally that way. But you have to, they're trying to encourage you to be grateful when there's people around you, or even for yourself, right? That you want to have these emotional relationships and situations with people or things or whatever that is. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have that community with this Ten of Cups, to have those relationships, okay? That's the synergy that's trying to happen. It's trying to bring you to a space where you have more emotional relationships and fulfillment, but you have to clear out energy where you don't want to kind of like work together or ask for help, and you're not really grateful when people offer you help or try to come together with you. Or even when you're being quite helpful, it's more dutiful for you, I think. And you kind of have to see how important that matters to people from an emotional standpoint, and even for yourself, you know. Yeah, this is a new cycle. This energy needs to end with that coffin. It needs to come to an end, for sure. Yeah, because it's just been a hard road with that mountain. It's just been so hard. And I'm not saying that whatever you've experienced or gone through hasn't been hard, but you keep repetitively, it's an energy you keep repetitively going through and taking on. That's why they're wanting you to clear it out. It's time to be done with it. I think you guys want a new cycle. You've been asking for it and trying to manifest it, but Spirit is trying, they're coming through to let you know, we understand this is the energy you're trying to manifest in your life. But first, you know, the things that may be happening is to get you to clear this out, this energy out, this Queen of Swords energy. One more from here. Yeah, clear it out so that, like, here's the bouquet, here's the flowers, right? So that this sweetness, this joy, this love, these gifts can really, really, really come in for you, okay? That's pretty nice. It's wonderful. So I have, excuse me, my goodness. So I have like these little, I think they're inspirational. So I got them off the internet. I was like just going through and, oh, this would be nice. And whatever I was called to, I kind of wrote it. So it could be from a movie, from a book, from someone just saying something, any sort of thing like that. So I'm going to pull, it's been at least, well, these two want to come out. At least two that came out for each group. So I'm going to pull a couple and see what comes out for group 2, okay? See how it correlates. However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. I think this is spot on for you guys. If you guys know Stephen Hawking, I think Stephen Hawking is like a physicist, or like Cosmo, just, I don't know what it is, but something with physicist, some kind of physicist, right? This man also ended up being like he had to exist within his wheelchair, and he needed support, and he needed someone to nurture and take care of him, even though he had this brilliant mind, right? I think this is the logical part. Like, he's a perfect example, at least in that respect, from that outward perspective of what we know. We don't know the details, right? But this is a perfect example of someone who has this brilliant mind and is very much so in that space, but you still need to be nurtured and cared for, and you have to have emotions in there to nurture and care for someone in that state, or else they're not likely to continue to thrive in the way that they are able to thrive. Like him being able to go for so many decades making breakthroughs, or continuing to develop theories and just study those theories and see what can come of those, you know. So you guys kind of have to release that it's like a barrier. Like, you have to begin to release that, okay? That's what this synergy is coming in. And then This next one, you have hard work spotlights the character of people. Some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't turn up at all. Sam Ewing. I think this is you guys. I think you guys are just like, I'll get it done. It doesn't matter if you don't come. I think you guys are just used to that energy and you're going to get it done. And for those people who don't, you're just like, okay, whatever, right? It's okay to ask for help because life is trying to bring together, and you've been asking for it, people who want to help you, people who want to be there for you. Okay. All right, group 2, thank you for joining me in the den. I hope these messages find you when you need them, and I hope they serve you well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.